Now it says, come on, where's mine? There it is. Enhances charge, spells, and skills. Now it says spells and skills. So what does that entail? That's pretty vague, don't you think? So let's take it off. Take everything off. There goes my weapon. And let's see everything. Make sure nothing here. Okay, we're going off my double scaling. Taken to myself, so I'm not buffing everything off. Everything. Get off. Get the hell off. That's better. Now I'm not max, so we're gonna see. So this is not a spell. This is an incantation. Clearly. Does 931 all by itself. Now, it looked to me earlier, I was testing this out, that this does increase it. Now, these enemies would technically be stronger than the other enemy as they have more armor. It worked. Now, just to make sure that's not some random bullshit, we will continue to test this. I'm going to test this with many things. Everything I have, in fact. So we can understand, is Godfrey's icon really good? And overall, I'm really finding it is. So, those aren't random numbers. These are hard numbers. I didn't charge that one. We're gonna do another one without charging any of them. We'll take Godfrey's icon off. This'll see if it works for incantations. Overall, you can see that yes it does. It does work for incantations, but what is considered a charged? Yeah, 1,000. 795. 795. One more. Just to make sure our numbers are consistent here, you know? Because there are such things as critical strikes and stuff, and I'm always hitting a critical strike, then it's consistent enough. Yeah, okay. The numbers here, or you can see, yeah, see there's okay, there is a variation of 1. I'll have to do that one more time. It's got to be towards their armor. Just want to make sure my bases are covered. Okay, overall we get the same number. Yeah. So now we know it works with Lightning Spear, which is an incantation that can be charged. So now we know it's not spells, it's all magic in the game, faith, and others. So what else does it work? You see, I have the advantage of having my character perfect for this. So this is a Sword of Night and Flame. We all know what this does. And if you don't know what this does, man, you're missing out. Now, I don't know if this is the proper enemy to use, as it just obliterates them in multiple hits. However, I might need a bigger enemy. So, where are we gonna go? I know the perfect spot. And I gain from it too. Imagine that. I just did this video impromptu, but truly I think this should be done, as I haven't really looked up and haven't seen any videos that go into depth exactly what this do. I don't have the numbers or the ability to run that. That's not my forte. What I do have is the places and weapons. So let's see. I'm bad because this thing doesn't actually... It's not as good as it. Alright, so we did 172. And they're still not strong enough, so... Maybe we'll save this for the bigger boys. We can do this with one weapon. Just one. Don't want any bleeds or criticals or anything in there. Now, does this hit twice? It does. Want one hit. One hit. We'll remove him out of the playing field. If I get hit by these guys, I'm probably dead. So, you know, you might get to enjoy a little bit of that. Now, they did different damages because he was unaware of me. Because I hit him like that. So let's do this again. Alright, we got the same damage number. Good, good. Now, it said skills. What we're trying to see is what it means by skills. What was positive, a heavy attack does not count for that. It would be the axe talisman. So, absolutely identical. We're not even gonna finish him off. You can just chill here. So, what is a charged skill? That's the question. What realms are a charged skill? Blood Greatsword. Oh. Interesting. I kind of like that. I didn't even realize I had picked that up. That actually looks really good. Well, it does take time to charge. So, I say this is a great way to test. .832 did a lot of damage, even for this far. Jesus. Yeah, be sure to pick that up, because that's a very early Art of War you can get. And I'm not telling you anything else, you can do that yourself. Alright, and now, we're going to test it out again. It's the same. That is not a charge. Won't go through them all, but I feel like I have enough to understand a basic reasoning and come to a conclusion. I'm not sure what are the realms of charge. Is it what I think it is? It's more than likely something that literally is just a spell. And that's what I'm gonna guess on. like this. And honestly, I haven't used a lot of these, but very good damage. Took longer than the blood swipe, but it's cool. Very cool. And I bet you $10 we're gonna get over 834 on this one. Because, oh, what did I just remove? Oh. $941. So we definitely a charge thing. So if we're looking for something that's going to benefit from Godfrey's icon, from this, I mean, coming to a conclusion too early. It's still just a hypothesis, as we have not proven it completely without reason. Anything that's a spell, or an incantation, or, you know, anything that you can charge past a normal fast one is gonna fly. Now, in order to get a little further on this, I need the most health enemy I can think of. And what better way to do it than go to the place that I still can't kill anything in? Not really, I mean, you see, I've gotten pretty far. But there is a giant here, and I know for a fact he has at least 5k health. And if that's not enough, well, nerf, please. So now we're going to go further. The Sword of Night and Flame has a very particular spell on it. It is a soul geyser, and it does have a charge mechanic. You can end it further or earlier. Well, later. Or early. So, does that count as well? And a lot of people are probably going to hate me if people didn't realize this, and now their Sword of Night and Flame is even more broken than it's already been. And we're not going off stats. My stats are, like I said, I'll show them again. My stats are 30, 30, 30. Now, these spells are not going to be going off anything off of 30, 30, 30. And I'm also using an intelligence and faith-based talisman, so it is scaling off that. But that doesn't matter. What we're looking for, and I've never fought this thing, by the way. I'm doing it now. Normal giant. Alright, 1300 is what we got there. Well, 1303. It's okay that he killed me, because I'm naked and my health is shit. Now we know. 1303. The question I have here is, does this work? And what else works? How far can we use Godfrey's icon? And is it a S tier? Or is it something that's only situational, which is in its own class? Now that don't count. I didn't dodge. I went to go inch and didn't expect him. Like I said, I don't fight this guy, so he came out of nowhere and he did it. I don't count that one because he was unaware and I probably got a boost. And it was 40, so I want to make sure he's well aware of me so we're not getting mixed numbers, because an unaware damage boost would throw our whole thing off. Yeah, it makes it a lot more annoying, but who cares? Die for science. There's a lot of things that, you know, let's not even. Hey, you. Yeah, you, mate. You, man. Yeah, there you go. 1303. Now that's a proven fact. It does not work on the Sword and Knight Fling. I don't need to test the flame because I've already tested it when I first got the thing. That's what I thought. So why would it bother calling it weapon skills? Now, there's a lot of things in the game. I'm not trying to spoil a bunch of bull. I'm not trying to fight no bosses. I'm not trying to shoot. The most you've seen is areas you don't know about. And the map and stuff. And that's not really spoilers because a lot of these areas I barely went through. These just, you know, I had to run through because I was too low to do it the first time. I was going way further than I should. So, what we need to test more importantly, and I could tell you where to get to a lot of these places. This is the actual soul farm now. This is the best soul farm. Can be accessed very early and super cheesable. Is now that we know what it doesn't work on and what it does, at least a little bit. Let's push it further. Now, we all know that this exists. And I don't have everything to min-max this, but let's go with things. Oh, first, another thing. I wanted to try breast. Now, breast is a bit tricky, as we're going to be keeping this talisman on so we can see the full thing. And these guys don't have health because my unit is kind of too strong. Always has been through the whole game. Rotten Breath has been my friend. The best friend. $346. Alright. 346 a tick. Maybe we'll probably go off ticks. ticks would probably be the best way to do this, and that just requires me to count the ticks. How hard are each tick of damage? I know y'all can do the math of DPS. Or DOT. DOT. We're going by ticks, each hit on this one. So, we saw it, it looked like 340. 346. And it doesn't, oh well, well it was farther away. We're not going back. Now, okay, so there's that multiplier. You see how I did significantly less damage now that they knew I was there. That's 247. We will not be going off of scene damage. But, well, we can. But first, we want to go off of what we know. It didn't give us a boost. In any way. So Dragon Breath also do not work on it. So now let's delve into spells, because it seems like only a few incantations in this world would actually benefit from that, like Lightning Spear. Because you can charge it. So it's literally being literal. And that's why it only needs the one sentence. It's confusing and vague, but it seems correct overall. But I'm always a big fan is, how far can we push it? Now, we don't need much for this. We started with the Lightning Spear right off the bat. Let's end with the Lightning Spear. Now, that looked a little funny, so I'm going to do this one more time without adding anything, because that looked a little funny in my opinion. Yeah, okay. So, there is, if you do it fast enough, apparently when you hit him the first time, the second hit will count as unaware. That's something else we found out. This is why we practice. So look, unaware, and if this goes off, he should be 800. There it was. So he was still unaware. I'm going to show this mechanic right now so you can understand what I'm saying. There's a lot of bull that you have to contend with. Yes, sir?
You do know that that toilet is loose, right?
Which one?
That.
That? No.
It's a little loose. And then when I...
Hold on. Sorry about that. I had a minor thing. We were... Oh yeah, testing this one more time. And we're showing what happens when he's staring right at me. He knows it. 647. Now that's a very large damage increase. Good God. He still wasn't aware of me. How do I... Okay, we're gonna do this correctly. Well, I need as much health as I can. Hey, you! Okay. So, 647. 781. You see, that is a very large damage increase. So, that's more around the realms of what you're getting. But that's only if they notice you. And half the time, you're going to attack an enemy long before they do anything to you. So now we're increasing this further. Yes! That's right. That one hit the same. There's no benefit to the normal. And also, this is a way to show you guys that Lightning Spear is totally viable. Maybe not in PvP, as everybody you know who's a veteran would already know Lightning Spear. Oh God, seen it a million times. However, my character has been built around this. Now, we're going to take it even further beyond. Where are you? And now we finally see the probably end all be all. And that, my boys, is totally viable on any spell class. As you can see, Godfrey's icon, if you're using spells or some incantations, I recommend, I highly recommend you get it. Now, if you don't know how to get this, I'm about to show you right now. Believe it or not, it's kind of far into the game. You'll get a lot of other stuff long before you get it. But you can rush there super fast if you know what you're doing. And it's an Everjail. That ain't it, is it? That ain't it. I'm pretty sure it's this Everjail. I might be wrong on that, but, and I should know my facts, but I've killed the boss there, so it's not like I can go there and be like, oh, I know which boss this is, because I did that a while ago. But as you can see, it's an Everjail, which you cannot get until after you do the Grand Lift of Dectus, which, if down here in this area, I'm not going to spoil nothing for you, there are 2 medallions you need to activate that lift. So, in reality, if you look for where the Church of Ella, and the first step is where you start, you can literally go and get these immediately. And the medallions are in Fort Height and Fort Gale, I think. It might not be in Fort Gale. No. It's Fort Faroff and Fort Height. There's also some really good early game items there, so definitely check out the south part of your map. However, you do not want to do any of this early. This is ridiculous. If you go in here, you better keep running. Because you're in hell. But that's all there is to it, I suppose. Oh, no. As a sign of respect to sorcerers, it's time I did a little sorcery. So I don't have much in sorcery, as I haven't really used it much. I've just been collecting staffs, and I can get Renala's staff, but I, can't even use it. So we're gonna use normal magic. We're not gonna go into gravity spells, as it gives it a buff, and that's gonna take a lot worse things. So exactly what does this work? So on contact, I know for a fact this is gonna work. And not that I haven't tried it, but you can charge it. So there's 340, and then everything else. Damn, I don't do anything for this. Sorcery protection comes down to it. You really gotta be invested. Now, because of all that, we ended up getting an improper reading, because it took way too many spells to kill him. So, let's do this correctly. 298 on initial hit. It's not going to benefit the thing, or does it? Yeah, we're not gonna count that because that depends on how long he's staying. Although, this spell's kind of interesting. Chaos Fireball. Okay. Now we see the same damage numbers. So, in conclusion, any spell, incantation, that is charged of any kind, that has multiple stages of power, where you can hold it longer to get a noticeable change in power, it works on. It does not work on breath attacks, soul geysers of the Sword of Night and Flame, or at all on the Night and Flame. Overall, if you can't charge it, it's not going to benefit it. However, it says skills, and I do know there is a charged skill. A specific one from a specific weapon. I do not have it on this one, as I found it in another playthrough. However, there is a weapon that would be close. Oh, never mind. I ain't got shit. Well, I can't check that. That'll be about it. If you guys want to find out what else it used on, let me know. But I don't think I have the ability to check out anything until I get the halberd with, like the split leaf greatsword. Yes, we have a halberd here, and it's from the guy in Castleborn, so. But now we know. So, from this knowledge, you might be asking, well, you didn't know this all before, clearly. What are you gonna do now? Well, I'm going to be making quite the build, it seems. Try to figure out what's going to be more beneficial. Just goes to show you, folks, you can be as strong as you want, but things will kill you quickly in this game. So I think that's going to be the extent of it. Overall, anything you can charge, like carrying great swords and stuff, that's what it works for. Anything that, like a charged attack, you're not going to get any benefit from. So, like a normal charged attack, no benefit. This, no benefit. This, all the benefit. This, benefit. Doesn't benefit. Probably doesn't benefit because the blood thing did it. But it looked like a charge attack to me. I'm not sure if that benefits, but if it's the same thing it considered, I don't imagine it does. So you're really not gonna get a benefit out of anything that you can't charge in any way. However, the one thing I want you to know is I'm almost positive is that that counts. Now that could be a big thing later in the game. And you'll see why when you get there. This, well, that's not the lightning I thought it was. Isn't gonna work. This will work. I'm positive. And, well, we're about to find out. As we have nothing but that on. No, it didn't work. Okay, you can't use it for bows. That's probably a thing done for balancing, as bows do get quite a bit of more power in this game than they normally do. Which, I know you're just like, bro, you didn't pick up your souls, you just lost 53k. It's like, yeah, the place this is, it doesn't matter. That was one level. So, unfortunate, but not really. So I don't know what else is in this game, but overall, we've come to a conclusion that it works for any charged spell or incantation in general. And it just because it says spells doesn't know anything. As far as the weapon side, not much is known. But we now know that both incantation users and spellcasters and you know, pyromancies can be charged as well, as you see, if you didn't know. So, in reality, any type of user of any type of magic or in general can benefit from this and should get it if they like charging their spells and stuff up. Like, I'm pretty sure... Where's my fireball? Well, point in case, I don't need fireball. They all work. Peace. And thank you for coming.